So, peace, y'all. Happy Mother's Day. I be thinking a lot about everything, really. About the stars, about aliens, about everything. But I be thinking about the souls of living beings, specifically the souls of animals. And it was interesting because a client of mine the other day, we had one of the best conversations, and I asked him, what does he think about souls? The human soul, the animal soul, the soul of a tree. Do he think that they, first of all, possess one, and do he think that they're all the same? And he said that he thinks that it's just one soul, that every living being possess one soul, meaning like all the same soul. It comes from the same source, um, which, we all, most of us have that same agreement that we all come from the same source. But his definition was that, from this source is the one soul that we all embody. And the only thing that makes us different is our spirit, our individual spirit. That's what differentiates us and makes us who we are. You know what I mean? And again, it's the same teachings and understandings that I felt anyway, but the way he explained it, the way he broke it down, it just made so much more sense. It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense, rather than me being a soul, I'm just the spirit energy expressing myself, and that's the same for my dog. And it's just interesting because it's like, okay, so he talked about, well, now this was another client. We were talking about our animals and humans and any living creature for that matter, are we all the same in terms of intelligence? And then he said, well, he thinks that humans are just that much more intelligent because, or we have a higher intelligence because something he said about the social economic structure of our communities grow, they advance. The things that we do as humans and the sciences that we develop causes our civilizations to advance, is what he was explaining. Some theory that he mentioned. I don't want to get it wrong, but very, very, very intelligent client of mine. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then he said, animals, even though they do things and they too develop things over time, he said their social economic structure doesn't really change. It doesn't really advance. They don't want any more than they wanted, 2,000 years ago. And that's just to live and to eat and to play and to be happy and to procreate and things like that, that they don't really have any goals or aspirations to change their structure of living. Y'all, I'm so mad right now because I thought I had one more roll up. And it's empty. I was not expecting that. So honestly, I think I'm just going to have to pause this video. Really? I'm like so disappointed. Anyway, I'm going to finish the video really quick. I do have to head out. But my point is that he said the animals do not have any desire to change and advance from what they are and what they've been. And so I asked him, I said, is that really a sign of a lower intelligence or a higher intelligence? And then he said, well, what do you mean? And then I said, well, the animals have been coexisting effectively for however many years, a lot of years, okay? And their species, you know, I know species have gone extinct and stuff like that, but that was always due to human bullshit, you know, messing up their living conditions and stuff like that. But the animals have been around throughout civilizations, you know. The animals have been here during ancient Kemet, during the Mayan civilization, during the Incas, you know, during all these early civilizations. You see that the animals were still present, and they're still present. And so that tells me that they have a really good system of coexisting. Now, humans, every civilization before this one, and it seems like this one is going to be the same outcome of the prior civilizations. They all ended in war, and all the wars were created and continued because of human differences, mainly skin color, you know, culture, religion, all those stupid things that really don't matter. But that leads me to believe that, well, maybe the animals are so intelligent that they understand that it's easier and it's better and it's more effective for all parties involved to coexist in that state of being, in that very positive and easy state of being. And that since us humans can't figure out how to do the same, then it seems as we are the ones with the lower intelligence. And it's like, think about it. An animal, right? It has emotions, just like a human. Animals smile, animals laugh. We've all seen it, not just dogs, but elephants and, you know, giraffes and sheep, you know, and they all play and they all procreate and take care of their young. Even the ones that lay eggs, like chickens, you know, they all care about their young. Tarantulas, my God, like I saw this one video of a tarantula, and I guess its owner was taking its sack so she could, you know, videotape how the little baby hatchlings are progressing and everything like that. And the tarantula was like fighting with the tongs that the lady was using to steal her eggs. Like she was trying to protect her eggs. Like it's a fucking spider, bro. So that tells me that, you know, these animals have the same emotions as we. You know, we've seen animals mourn their deceased loved ones, or even their child if they had a miscarriage, or if, you know, when they had the baby and the zookeepers or whoever it is that's, you know, enslaving them, when they take the baby from them, they're sad, they cry, they scream. It's devastating, just like for a human. You know, they eat, they look for shelter, they have a will to survive. Like they display and exhibit all the same characteristics that we do, just in their way. And they communicate with each other, you know. And I've seen different species of animals helping each other, saving each other, like animals saving each other. So they know what it is to be in danger, and they know what it is that this animal is about to die. Let me reach down my trunk and pull you up. That was, I saw an elephant saving, I can't remember if it was a dog or a cat, it was something. But the elephant reached down and, put its trunk out and let the animal climb on its trunk. Like, dude, that's serious. That's real. Um, it's beautiful. So how can they be so similar in that way? In all ways, in every way. I mean, they have sex, like for pleasure. Like, come on, like you see it. How could they be similar in every way imaginable, but lack the higher intelligence that humans have? I don't believe that. I honestly don't believe that. I think they choose to use that higher intelligence to stay in that God consciousness, because that's what the highest intelligence is, and that's what the highest vibration is. And you see in an animal, like, unless you abuse it and things of that nature, then it's going to be positive. It's going to live in its characteristic. It's going to display its characteristic. I mean, it's going to be who it is. A snake is going to be a snake, and a lion is going to be a lion. But at the same time, even those animals have emotions, and those animals display, all of the energies that I just discussed. And so that really leads me to believe that the animals and these other life forms are just really of a higher consciousness, and we are not the highest intelligence on this earth plane. Not by far. Not by far.